With urban sprawl, city congestion and the mining boom putting pressure on state and territory governments, there have been hopes a new federal government population plan would highlight ways to deal with the stresses. But the new strategy released today has some accusing the government of being light on detail, despite a year's work on the plan. While it outlines broad principles that will underlie policy, the Gillard government is at pains to distance itself from any targets or numbers that would point to where Australia's total population might be headed. Brendan Trembath reports.
Australians coping with worsening traffic and suburban sprawl, the projection that Australia's population would nearly double by the middle of the century was not what they wanted to hear.
I actually believe in a big Australia.
But then came a new Prime Minister and an election campaign fought on the urban fringes of the big capital cities, where squeezing in more people was not a popular option.
Let's take a breath and get it right. Let's not make as our national goal the goal of a big Australia. Let's make our national goal a sustainable Australia.
What that sustainable Australia would be was left to a new minister and a new national population strategy. Today, Tony Burke headed to the epicentre of Australia's urban growth, Queensland's Gold Coast, to outline what that strategy would be.
Once we get to the core of the economic drivers and making sure that we've got issues of infrastructure being able to be taken into account, and acknowledging that so much of the environmental footprint isn't about our total number, but it's about where we live and how we live.
The Minister is determined to avoid any population target or cap.
Sustainable Australia, sustainable communities. The right way to deal with population policy is not through an arbitrary and ultimately senseless debate about total numbers.
A cynical exercise in cutting and pasting previous government announcements and putting them in a glossy document does not amount to a sustainable population strategy. I mean, seriously, the Women's Weekly's royal wedding coverage, I think, only exceeds this document in terms of its commitment to glossy photos. 10% of the document is literally glossy full-page photos.
While the shadow immigration minister accuses the government of being light on detail, he doesn't want to commit to a population target either.
Coalition's very prepared to support policies that ensures a greater spread of the population and supports regional areas. But we shouldn't kid ourselves that that happens overnight, and we shouldn't kid ourselves that that absolves